In this video I will explain that what is the physiology or pathology of feeling thirsty. Thirst is a symptom or it is kind of a it's a kind of a message which the body gives us before any major disease strikes us, whether it is a stroke, whether it is diabetes, whether it is high blood pressure. There is some kind of stress being built up in the system, in our body, and this is all due to the stress being caused in the fluid compartments of the body. Now the thing is that the total body weight's 70% is fluid, and this 70% of the fluid is divided into three compartments. One is cells, and one is blood, and one is the space between the cells. I'll repeat it again in the order in which it happens. First is the blood. Of the total fluid, the blood is 10% of the total fluid. So if there is a 50-liter fluid, so 5 liters is blood. Now 65% of the total fluid of the body is in the cells. 25% of the total fluid is between the cells, between the space between the cells. Now the disease is caused when there is imbalance in these compartments. The proportions, they should be maintained. The proportions which I mentioned is what I have read, but it is not important in case actually there is a different proportion. Whatever proportion the nature demands from us, even if we are not able to calculate, that is the basic for our good health and our diseases. Now coming back to thirst, what happens is, one thing is that there are various mechanisms to ensure that there is a proper proportion of all these fluid compartments. But one critical thing is that besides the proportions among these, there is a requirement for the blood not to fall below a minimum threshold. Our blood, in terms of threshold, we can say 9 to 10% or 6 to 7% or 7 to 8% of the body weight. Now, whatever it be, we don't get into that. Now, why do we feel thirsty? When we drink excess amount of water, the fluid in our cells starts increasing. The increase is manifested in the form of a person being underweight or a person being overweight. In both the conditions, our cells are carrying extra fluid, and due to that extra fluid, our metabolic rate is low. Now, our liver and our kidneys ensure that there are proper proportions of the nutrients, carbohydrates, fats, proteins and other minerals being maintained in the blood. Now after these proportions are ensured in the blood goes to the heart, and the heart pumps it to the cells. Now in case the fluid in the cells go up, the concentration of minerals, glucose and other nutrients will go down. Now when this concentration in the cells go down, our liver gets a message that there is a shortage in the cells, and there is a question of survival of the person because of lack of nutrients in the cells, out of which the energy is to be made. Now liver will release, kidney will make sure that higher proportions of minerals are being sent to the cells. Now if this is one-off problem, we are drinking excess water on few days only, there will not be a significant issue. The issue is when there is a continuously daily we are drinking lot of fluids. There is every day lot of fluids are entering into the cells. It's causing again extreme shortage of the minerals and nutrients. Now the blood is increasing every day. There is an increase in the nutrients which are to be forwarded, which are to be sent to the cells. But in this process, the blood volume also gets lost. When the nutrients are being delivered in the cells, basically blood also loses some volume. Now when it's happened day in day out for a very long period of time, for years together, the blood volume is chronically low, and that is the reason for thirst, nothing else. Whatever gland or anything else we might have for sensing the thirst, that could be one of the issues. But the basic thing, why, when and how it senses, when the blood volume goes down, only then we experience thirst. Now I'll try to complement and give another logic to that. People who suffer erectile dysfunction, the cause of erectile dysfunction is stated to be lack of blood supply to the organ. Now, in case of diabetes, in case of high blood pressure, in case of heart disease, people experience ED, erectile dysfunction. So that means the basic underlying cause for all these issues, for diabetes and other things, is not just the high blood sugar. It is mainly low blood volume, which kind of restricts the supply of nutrients to our cells, which in a way, which kind of creates problem in the metabolic rate, which lowers our metabolic rate, which lowers the amount of energy which our body is producing out of a given food. Let's say there are two persons. What is metabolic rate? Let's say there are two persons, A and B. Both the persons are of the same age, same health, same everything. Now both are given same food also. Now a person, if A person may produce amount of energy which is less than the energy which is being produced in the body of the B person. That is the difference in the metabolic rate. Now people with the lower metabolic rate will have lot of health issues, and these all are caused because of wrong proportions of the fluids in various compartments, and it's very easy to streamline the things and to be very, very healthy. And the excess fluid in the cells is the main cause. And second symptom of the second symptom or chronic condition which is manifested is the lower blood volume. And third thing is we still get a lot of thirst, and in spite of the fact that we are so thirsty, we frequently urinate also, and in the urine we might pass on some amount of glucose, but that glucose is also necessary, because the main damaging thing is not glucose but insulin. Insulin is also excreted in the urine. So one has to understand, it's not the glucose body is trying to get rid of, it is basically insulin. Insulin and glucose are always paired in the blood. So there is no scientific statement on this whether there is a lack of insulin also in the blood. Insulin is abundant usually. It's very, very advanced stage of diabetes when insulin volume also goes down. So please subscribe to this my video channel, like this video, and also click on the bell icon so that you can get a notification of my upcoming videos.